everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about the latest episode of The Mandalorian, Chapter 22, Guns for Hire. We'll be recapping the episode and discussing some of the highlights and disappointments. If you're new to the channel, please hit like and subscribe. After last week's episode, this week's feels like a side quest with a plot that doesn't further the overall show. This episode was a bit of a mixed bag. On the one hand, it had some great action sequences and character moments, but on the other hand, it felt a bit disjointed and rushed at times. The noir detective vibe was cool, but at this late in the season, I wanted more than just the 10 minutes at the end for the plot. The prologue reintroduced Mandalorian character Axe Wolves and his group of Mandalorians who had split from Bo-Katan. They have been surviving as mercenaries. We see Din Djarin, Bo-Katan, and Grogu arrive at planet Plizir 15. Bo-Katan is on a mission to reunite the scattered Mandalorians, and her first target is her old group, who have been hired as protectors of the Mid-Rim planet. Before Din and Bo can even meet the Mandalorians, they are summoned to the main palace by the leaders of the planet. And man, it is Jack Black and Lizzo. I was not expecting them, but both actors have had so much fun in their roles that it was hard not to like them. An Imperial planning officer, Captain Bombardier, and the Duchess have a droid problem. Some of the droids are malfunctioning and attacking people. No one on the planet is allowed weapons, but they do honor other cultures and their use of sacred weapons, allowing the Mandalorians to have them. Bombardier and the Duchess ask Din Djarin and Bo-Katan to go on a little quest to figure out what's happening to the droids. I'm still not sure why they didn't ask the Mandalorians they were paying for protection to solve this problem. Bo-Katan and Din Djarin meet the planet's security officer, played by another big actor, Christopher Lloyd. He can't turn off the malfunctioning droids because the people on the planet rely on them for everything. So he sends Bo-Katan and Din Djarin to the bowels of the planet, where they talk with the Ugnaughts, who say the droids are not malfunctioning. We see a wild chase scene through the streets after a rogue battle droid, a visit to a droid bar, and the discovery of nanodroids, which have the capacity to reprogram the droids and cause the malfunctions. Din Djarin and Bo-Katan realize that Security Commissioner Helgut sabotaged the droids because he still harbors separatist sympathies and loyalty to a long-dead Count Dooku. Talk about a throwback. This guy is a little too late. The Duchess and Bombardier exile the Commissioner, and Bo-Katan and Din Djarin finally get to meet the rest of the Mandalorians, who are not pleased to see them. They will not follow Bo-Katan because she does not wield the dark saber. Din Djarin does. Din Djarin claims that it is hers by right because he was defeated and his saber taken. Bo-Katan rescued him, and therefore she has a claim to the saber and leadership. It was a lot of fun seeing the battle droids, particularly the R0GR B1 or Roger Roger droid. This episode tied up a plot hole as to what happens to these droids after the Republic fell. Most of them were scrapped, but a few of them were rehabilitated. It was also fun to see politics from decades ago still playing out. I do think that the first half of the episode should have been shortened by a bit to give more room to developing the reunion with Axe Wolves and the rest of the Mandalorians. It seems that the theme of this season is Bo-Katan reclaiming power and uniting Mandalorian people. So what do you think? As always, hit like and subscribe if you liked this episode. Leave your comments and thoughts below. This is the way. Until next week.